All right, so this is my mentor, Miss Shane Smith, here at Randall Highlands, and we're starting our assignment. So we've already been back in school now for about the last 2 weeks, and I think the kids, I looped with my kids, so a lot of them, they're pretty familiar with the rules and routines, that we had last year. I do have a few new ones, but we're still taking time to kind of go over like all of our procedures that we're using, like for lining up, for putting our materials away, for storing materials. Moving around the classroom, how we, move safely with like, scissors in the art center.
Okay.
How we put our folders, homework folders away, when we need supplies like tissue or hand sanitizer, anything like that. So we're just taking the time to go over those each day. And we're using a lot of the older students to pair with the new students.
Okay.
To kind of model for them, okay, this is what we do in the classroom. This is how we get things. This is how we ask for things. And I think they're coming along. Some of them, with kids, they've been out of school for, the entire summer, so they've kind of forgotten some things, but they're coming along really well, and I think the rules and routines are going really well so far.
Good. I like the way you paired the older students with the new students, since that is a class that loops. Sometimes it's easier for them to fall into routine, but some of the new students do have a struggle with that.
Right.
So that's an excellent way of also introducing them to friends, because the
friends,
kids have been
building.
together, so being able to build that community is definitely a great strategy.
Yeah, and it's great. And it's like even like the new kids, like you would think that they have been together like all last year with the older kids. We've done like the name game and things like that, just and who stole the cookies from the cookie jar. And like they've remembered all of the new names already. They're using their names when they're talking to them in centers, when we're on the carpet doing, some of the activities. They're using their names and things like that. So I think the community building, and we do our good morning song during opening groups. Everybody shakes their hand. They greet their partners and welcome them to school each day. So I think it's going well.
Oh, good. Okay. And what type of maybe expectations or rules?
The rules that we have, just of course to be respectful and responsible and safe in the classroom. So we always talk about keeping our hands and feet to ourselves. We talk about using listening ears when friends are talking, or when myself or Ms. Parker, my co-teacher, when we're giving directions. We also talk about using quiet voices when we're inside of the classroom. Of course, we encourage the students to talk and communicate with one another, just to make sure that it's at an appropriate noise level. And just using their keeping their eyes on the teacher.
Those are great, and they're limited, so they're just enough.
They're few, they're limited. We do have them posted in the classroom. We also have gestures that we use so that the kids can kind of make that connection. So we have the rules written out for anyone who may come in the classroom to read the rules. But for the kids, we're always saying we're touching our ears, turning on our listening ears. Yeah, using our keeping our eyes on the teacher. Lip zipped and things like that.
Okay. So it looks like you're ready to go into the lesson. Then you guys it seems like your expectations.
Yeah, we got that in place.
So that's
this
excellent.
Week, this week we actually started some background building for our first theme that we're going to do. Our first theme is the family theme. So in that theme, we'll talk about who are members of our family, what are some things that families do, where do families go, kind of what roles can families take on. So we started background building on that theme this week by reading some text about it. And we also did some a buddy reading activity where we gave the kids the family theme books. And we kind of asked them to, point out, anything that they saw that was the same or different in their family. We also had the students do an activity where they were to draw their family, draw their favorite thing that they do with their family.
Making great connections.
Making connections to things that we're going to study in the classroom, to things in their real life. And we also made our family tree in our classroom. So we took
excellent.
Pictures. So when we went on home visits with our families. We took pictures with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
We put them up in the classroom on our tree. So the kids, it's a good thing for when the kids are, having social and emotional issues and they're, missing mommy or anything like that. We go walk over to the family
first
tree.
Few weeks.
Exactly. We walk over to the family tree and say, hey, remember this picture? Remember mommy? Mommy's always going to come back. And then I also made another copy of the pictures, and we're actually going to put them into a My Family book, a class family book that we're going to create. So that'll be pretty good.
That's great. Great family theme, great background building.
Yeah, and that family theme will last for about 6 weeks.
Okay, 6 weeks.
So this week was background building, and then next week will be theme building. So that's when we'll start making the props for our stations. So we'll have 6 different stations: a laundry room, a kitchen, a bathroom, a bedroom, a garage. And so the kids will start to help us make those props that go in those centers.
And that's a great connection to their house.
Yep, to their house
as well. So excellent. So now that you have that background building, how will you be able to incorporate those objectives?
So there's
into your classroom.
So some of the objectives. So we assess the students using the teaching strategies gold.
Yes.
And so at the beginning of the year, we do the benchmark assessments, and we're trying to understand, kind of where the students are socially and emotionally, as well as cognitively, as well as embedding some of those literacy and mathematics concepts. So when we're talking about making a house or making a bed, and we may make a bed, and we'll ask, okay, well, how many pillows do you have on your bed?
Excellent.
And what shape are your pillows and things like that. So trying to embed those academics, making sure that students are meeting those grade level benchmarks early on in the year.
In a great play-based atmosphere.
Exactly, in a play-based atmosphere. It's so fun because the kids don't even really realize that they're actually learning.
Excellent, excellent. And then do you share these objectives with their parents?
We do. So the students, we take pictures of the students and use them and also write anecdotal notes.
Okay.
And so the pictures that we take of them are uploaded to the Teaching Strategies Gold system, and we use them for documentation purposes. And families are actually invited to check out their individual students' portfolio, so they can see what they've done over the week.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent job. You seem like you've got a great start. You've got your background building. You've got your expectations in place. So that way when they move to those stations and actually do those different areas in the house, they're actually know exactly what they're supposed to do. It seems like you have your learning standards and everything in place. So it's not just play. It's actually intentional play.
Right. It's intentional play. It's meaningful to them.
Which is excellent. All right.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Great start for the year.